Hello everyone, my name is Sheetal Sopan Rakhonde. I am pursuing BSc Computer Science at MIT SCSC Alandi. And today I am going to present a PowerPoint presentation on correlation, which is the important and core topic in applied statistics. Here, the contents in this video are correlation, its definition, bivariate data, types of correlation that are positive, negative, and no correlation, scatter diagram, and various types of scatter diagram, its merits and demerits. Now let's begin with the correlation. What is a correlation basically? The extent of linear relation between two variables is known as a correlation. That is, how two variables are dependent upon each other is a correlation. Examples: first, the more time you spend running on a treadmill, the more calories you will burn. Here, running on a treadmill and burning calories are two variables. So if you spend more time on a treadmill, then it's absolute and obvious that you will burn more calories and you will lose your weight fast. The more money you save, the more financially secure you feel. Third, the lower the temperature, the more clothes you may wear. Bivariate data. The name itself tells us that here there are two variables which are interrelated or correlated with each other. In order to determine correlation, we require data regarding two concerned variables. These data are called as bivariate data. Suppose x and y are variables under consideration. Whenever the variables x and y are measured on a same item, they are likely to be correlated. Example, consider a rent of apartment X at a locality Y. As we know, the rate of apartment depends on the locality and the facilities, amenities, and also its carpet area. Suppose it gives a set of n pairs, hence x1, y1, x2, y2 up to xn by n, where xi is rate of apartment and yi is the locality and facilities. Scatter diagrams. A scatter diagram is a correlation chart that visually depicts the relationship between two variables. It provides insight into how two variables affect each other when they are plotted over a graph. In this video, we will have a watch on various kinds of scatter diagram and how they are presented. Types of correlation. There are three types of correlation. First one, positive correlation. Increase in value of one variable is associated with increase in value of other variable, or decrease in value of one variable is associated with decrease in value of other variable too. Correlation between these variables is said to be positive. Here, changes are occurred in same direction. Example, marks and IQ of a student. If marks of a particular student are more, then it's obvious that his IQ level is also good. Second, workout done and weight reduced. This slide has two graphs. First one is of perfect positive correlation. In this graph, the data is not scattered and is in its perfect positive relation. The second graph is of only positive relation. Here the data is somewhat scattered in a straight line direction and hence it is known as a positive correlation. Perfect positive correlation is somewhat impossible in professionalism. Second type is negative correlation. Increase in value of one variable is associated with decrease in value of other variable, or decrease in value of one variable is associated with increase in value of another variable. Here, changes are occurred in opposite direction. Examples of negative correlation are: first, the more it rains, the less you can water the garden. B. The more the speed is, less time will be required to reach your destination. Here we are able to see two graphs. First one is of perfect negative correlation. In this graph, we are able to see that the data is distributed very perfectly over a nature-like slope. On the other hand, we are able to see negative correlation in which the data variables are somewhat scattered from each other. And if we do some analysis of data or we perform any survey, then we will get our output in the form of negative correlation. It is somewhat impossible to have an output in the form of perfect negative correlation. The third type is no correlation. Sometimes change in one variable is not related to change in other variable, then we can say that there is no correlation between that two variables. Example, height of a student and his examination score. Now we are aware that height of any person does not display or it can't show the person's ability. Second, amount of rainfall and production of electronic gadgets. Here the first graph is of no correlation. In this graph we are able to see that all the data is completely scattered in all the possible direction. Second one is non-linear correlation, in which the graph is in the format of curve or parabola, which is not linear, hence it is known as non-linear correlation. Merits and demerits of scatter diagrams. Firstly, merits. It is easy to draw and interpret. Second, it is a non-mathematical method and hence it is easy to show it by using scatter diagrams. Third, it is not affected by extreme values. Fourth, it can help to identify the trends of data, that how one type of data depends on other. Demerits. It does not give any numerical measure of correlation. That is, it does not possess any mathematical output and hence it can't be used for further mathematical calculations. Second, it can't be applied to qualitative data, hence it is only used for numeric data. Third, it is a subjective method, that means every individual's opinion is different while judging a scatter diagram. Lastly, thank you everyone for listening me patiently.